Okay, so I've got a story for you that's really going to drive home a very important point. This one's about a longtime customer of ours, someone we've worked with for 7 years. They owned a beautiful, massive house right on the river, easily worth $3 million. Now, this is the kind of customer that you want, right? Loyal. They never questioned the price. They always paid on time, and they just trusted us to take care of things. But all of that changed recently. And at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you about the text message that this lady sent after everything went down, how I responded. So stick around for that. So a few weeks ago, this lady, she gave me a call, and we had just cleaned the house like 6 months ago. But this time she said that she needed a little bit more because she just had the house painted. And apparently the painters talked her into having the house pressure washed before they got started, which, by the way, is pretty normal standard practice, right? And a quick tip, if you're not partnered up with local painting companies in your area, you are missing out on something that is phenomenal for your business. And that is just a great referral partner, because painters are often going to need pressure washing done before they get started. And if you've got a good relationship, they'll send a lot of work your way. They'd rather have you do it than them do it themselves. And don't forget, referrals go both ways. So you send customers to them, they send customers to you, and you're building a network that keeps your business steady year round. So just a little tip for you. But back to the story. So like I said, she calls and she says that her major concern was the windows and that they looked hazy, right? So a little light bulb, of course, goes on in my head, because I think I already know what the issue is. Painting company does the pressure washing. But anyway, she said that she noticed it mainly when the sun hit it just right, making it look like maybe the painters didn't rinse off all the chemicals after the pressure wash. So she asked if we could come out, soft wash the house again, and then clean the windows. And here's where I was trying to save her some money. I told her that we'd soft wash the house first, and then we would assess the windows afterwards, right? Because the soft washing might actually take care of the issue without needing to charge her for a full window cleaning. And she was super appreciative of that, right? And let me say this for all of the people out there that think I am just in it for the money. Yes, of course, I like money. I like maximizing profits, but I also want to be fair. I'm not just out here trying to take advantage of my customers. I believe in high quality service, great customer care, and obviously competitive pricing. That's why we've been in business for over 20 years. And it's why the majority of our business comes from Google and repeat customers. So that's how you build longevity in your business. You got to be good. You got to be fair. And you got to keep the customers happy. So like I said, we get out there, or Matt gets out there. You guys know Matt. He's my lead guy. He goes to the house and we start soft washing everything, okay? He hits the entire house and he rinses it very well, focusing especially on those windows like she had asked. And anytime a customer has a special request or something special that is important to them, I make sure that I put the notes into Quote IQ. So when he pulls up the calendar, goes to that appointment, all the notes are there so he can really address all of the specific concerns of the customer. But anyway, everything seemed to be going smoothly. But then I get a text from Mac, and then I told him to call me. And now, Mac is unbelievably thorough, right? He always does a thorough walkthrough. He does the inspection. He uses Quote IQ Cam to document everything with that pre-inspection form. And he noted that there was some paint overspray on the front door, on some of the railings, on the back porch, and a couple other places as well. But nothing too major, nothing that would have affected what we are doing there, right? But then the customer came out saying that, and this, again, this is after he'd already done the entire house wash. He wasn't packing up yet because he still needed to kind of assess where we were with the windows. Well, she comes out before he could get there and says that they still looked hazy and that we must not have done a good job. Okay, now this lady is always super cool, so this was a little weird. So like I said, I told Mac to call me, and I tell him to go run his hand over the glass to see exactly what was going on. He calls and says that the windows felt rough, right? And it turns out the painters left overspray on every single window of that giant house. Now, we could have fixed a poor rinse job relatively easily, no problem. But overspray, that is an entirely different beast, right? You're talking about scraping every single window on this massive house with razors. Not only is that time consuming and it would have easily doubled the price, but we aren't the most experienced when it comes to using razors on glass. And I've heard horror stories. And I told Mac to let her know that she should probably reach out to the painter first, because they really need to be held accountable for this. They're the ones responsible. They were the ones that had the overspray. They were the ones that need to, make it right for the customer. Now, here's where things got interesting. Okay. So she asked if we could just try using the water fed pole, which I had explained to her when I thought that we were dealing with dried up chemicals. I was just kind of walking her through the process so she would understand the basics of it. Soft washing, no agitation. Water fed pole, agitation might help to reduce if it was in fact chemicals. And of course, I told her that we could do that, but it would not help with the overspray, which is what I thought was the concern, right? Without being there, I was relying on that, but the rough touch, whatever. I was very, very certain that it was overspray. But we would still have to charge her for doing the window cleaning because we got to get paid, right? And that's when she started insisting that we should do it for free because, as she put it, she's a great customer and we should at least try. Now, I get it. She's been a great customer for years, but business is business. So I reminded her of that. I also told her that I appreciated her loyalty and asked if she was always satisfied with the work that we'd done and the prices that we charged. And she said, of course. Then I said, and you've always paid us for the work that we've done, right? And she said, yes, to which I responded, exactly, because this is a business. We provide the service, you pay for the service, right? We went back and forth a little bit. I tried. I did. I stayed calm. I stayed respectful, but I also stayed firm. And that's when she suddenly said that she wants Mac to leave, that she wanted him off the property, right? A little harsh, but then she proceeds to say that she's absolutely done, that she'll never use us again, and that she's going to leave a 1-star review. Not only that, but she said that she was going to tell anyone and everyone that would listen that we are not a business worth dealing with, or anybody that she would recommend to anybody that she liked. Now, I was frustrated, obviously, but I kept my cool. And I asked her if this was because we didn't want to do something for free or because we tried multiple times to save her money by not doing something unnecessary. Was it because we went above and beyond to try to help her out? At this point, there was nothing more that I could say, apparently. She was pissed. I was getting pissed. And it was clear that this was not going anywhere productive. So we left, right? And let me tell you, it bothered me. It really did. Then this is a longtime customer, right? Consistent business. Like I can count on it. And we'd taken care of this customer for 7 years. This was the 8th time that we've been out there, never had a problem. And then she flips the switch on us, right? All because we wouldn't do something for free that wasn't even our responsibility. Had we been responsible, of course, I would make it right. But that wasn't the scenario. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Later on in the evening, I get a text from her. It pops up on my phone. I'm like, oh, damn, where is this going? And it's an apology. Apparently, her husband heard the whole story, told her she was wrong, and made her text us to apologize. She even gave Mac a $200 tip when she paid the invoice. And just like that, we got our customer back. But here's the thing. You never want to let anyone bully you into doing free work, right? Free doesn't pay the bills. Free doesn't allow you to reinvest in your business. Free makes you look like a chump. And once people know that you do work for free, they're going to try to take advantage of it. So now, don't get me wrong. We do small things all the time for free. But it's when we choose to do it. But no customer dictates how we charge ever. So that is the story. We stood our ground, and in the end, we kept our integrity and our customer. And the takeaway, stick to your guns, know your worth, and never feel pressured into giving away your services for free. That's it. Thanks for watching. Go download Quote IQ.